I do this. Off to a rough start. Had a blowout on the trailer tire, but fortunately it was right as we were turning into the residential area.
First part of the process today is we're going to break out the old driveway and replace it with a new one.
One thing that's really cool about our company is that it's a family business.
Welcome to Hawley Concrete.
God bless America.
So I get to work with all my brothers.
Have recruited all my kids at one point or another. Every summer I think they all worked for me.
I mean, I was probably going to the job, you know, when I was 2 or 3. As soon as I could walk and run, my dad would let me check out the job site.
I've been working concrete ever since I was 12 years old. I worked every summer.
At 6 or 7, working with my dad was more like, son, can you go grab that tool for me? You know, and maybe he'd let me help him hold the concrete chute. So he'd be right next to me, coaching me, showing me.
Earliest memory I have, 3 or 4. Just walking around and being with Dad and giving him, you know, some stakes that he can drive into the ground, or just grabbing a little shovel, you know, throwing in some dirt or sand. Just little things he'd have us do to help out.
Even my daughter, who was a PA, she actually worked for me too one summer. She knows how to run the Bobcat.
As a kid, doing construction was fun because it was like an excuse to get out of the house. So we got to go do something. We got to go with Dad, you know, be with Dad, hang with Dad. The jobs were always different places. It's a different house or it's a different neighborhood. And so we always got to be in different areas with Dad, working with Dad. And so that was always fun.
It's one of those things I didn't really plan on in life. I did it one summer in college. And when I got out of school, it was like May and the weather was beautiful and I liked being outside. And really couldn't fancy myself being cooped up in an office when the weather was really nice. Went to work for a construction company in Kansas and got married shortly thereafter. Ended up moving to Fort Smith. Went to work for a company here. Ventured out and started my own business. Had some lean time, established a business, and now we can't hardly keep up.
So after we tear out the old driveway, we're going to come in with some boards and we're going to actually lay the groundwork so we can pour new concrete tomorrow.
Most challenging part is dealing with the temperature. Dealing with, you know, in the winter you have to deal with the really cold. In the summer you have to deal with the really hot, and there's not much you can do.
Most of the time it's pretty fun. Some days it's awful, but not because of them, just because of the work conditions we're in.
When I work with my brothers, there's just this openness that occurs. Like, if it's a really hot day, you know, they might be a little frustrated because of the heat, and you'll kind of sense that, but then all of a sudden, they'll just like see somebody doing something and they just want to make them laugh, so they'll just start like messing with somebody.
Movie quotes are a big thing.
We all laugh and joke around with each other.
We all know different types of movies and we'll just quote different stuff, make each other laugh.
We just are stoked to see one another and to be able to like work with one another like we used to do years ago, and we always have a really good time.
The Office. That's one we do all the time, you know. There's the classic Michael, that's what she said. Obviously, everyone knows that. I like to throw out Toby a lot, throw him under the bus. You know, Toby, he works for corporate, so he's not really a part of our family. Also, he's divorced, so he's not really a part of his family. Just stuff like that, and it's just this constant, it's all day.